Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Real Talk with Cinthia. I am your host, Cinthia. This is episode 19. I'm so excited for today's guest. I'm excited every week. But ladies, welcome. Jen and Elsie, welcome to Real Talk. How are you?
We were so excited today.
We are. We're so honored to be here. Cynthia, thank you for inviting us. And we feel like famous people because we are. I'm so excited to be on here. No, can't wait for this great conversation.
Yes, I love it. It's so funny, you guys. If you guys are just tuning in, if you guys could do us a huge favor and share the live, comment, interact. You guys have a ability to, comment if you guys have any questions. If you just want to say hi, let us know where you guys are watching from, and like the stream, please, and share. But no, I'm super excited. You guys didn't hear us, obviously, but in the backstage before we went live, we were having a whole conversation.
We were getting ready to dance.
We were almost late.
Yeah. Oh, you should have. You know what? I should have put different music. Dang it. Okay, I'll work on that, you guys. Okay. We already have people joining. We have Izzy. Bestie says, "Hey, primetime lady."
Laura.
Oh, let's go. Hi, Laura. Welcome in.
Our cheerleader, always supporting us.
I love that. You know what's it's really cool. You're a hype girl. You always have to have a hype girl, right? So I love that though. But
we have several.
Yeah. I'm super excited to talk to you ladies. Honestly, I was thinking about this week. I was just like, man, I just feel like, well, number one, I met Elsie on TikTok. I think the majority of my guests are from TikTok, which is crazy. Yeah. But I think it's really cool because you meet really cool people on this platform, and I think it's worthy to highlight people who are doing things, who are spreading positivity and stuff like that. And Elsie, you're amazing. You're an amazing supporter. And I'm so excited to meet Jen as well. I mean, I haven't met any of them, you guys, in person, but it feels like
this is the first time we're talking like this. But you know what, Cynthia? I think the fact that we even met on TikTok, this is what Jen and I always talk about. When you show up like yourself and you bring all this good energy and you're just being your authentic self, you attract your people, right? You bring the same energy. And I think that's how you and I came across, because there's so many followers on there.
True.
But you stood out since the beginning. So really happy that we met. And then because you're exactly on a very similar path like we are.
I know. I feel that.
I love how you guys support each other too.
Yes. And it's a beautiful thing. And I love that you said that, Elsie, because I feel like that is so important, and hopefully this energy continues and we all continue to attract the right people into our life.
More, Yes, absolutely.
I'm so excited. But for people who are tuned in right now, if you guys know who they are, if you guys are supporting them, shout out to you guys. Let us know where you guys are watching from. But if you are brand new, or if you're watching the replay and you're like, primetime chats? Like Elsie, Jen, who are they? I always have all my guests just to give like a little small intro of who you are. I don't know, however you want to call it. We can start with Jen or Elsie, whoever wants to start. Just let us know a little bit about you guys personally, and then we'll talk about obviously about the podcast.
Sounds great.
Whoever wants
a
to.
little bit about myself too. During the day, I work at a municipality supporting elected officials, so that's my day job. But our passion project is Primetime Chats, and Elsie and I started that together about a year ago. And one of the reasons we wanted to start that is just to connect with women and create community. You know, one of our things is always be kind, and we just wanted to have real conversations with women about wellness, menopause, perimenopause, and their journeys in life, and also to just remind women how beautiful they are all the time. And this is just like the perfect time in your life, because I know a lot of people, we're in our prime, you know, and this is the time for you to shine in a sense.
Yes.
So that was our mission for the podcast, and that was a little bit about me.
And Jen is 61, you guys. So I'm 46.
No way.
So it's like we have a huge, you could say, age gap, but we're just so similar in so many ways and different too. But we've always supported each other. I'm personally in social work leadership, and we started our podcast for the same reason. We've been on a different, healing journeys and just evolving. And then we started the podcast. We were like, why? Let's start having these conversations that we don't normally have as women. You know, I'm in perimenopause. She's already gone through all of this. And it's like, let's inform, let's talk about these, topics that we normally don't, that we think are normal to live through, and just have more conversation. And we built a really nice community. We've done some walks, and we're continuing to evolve together, and then also individually. And that's why we're so happy to have this conversation with you too, because I know you are on a similar path as us.
Yes, 100%. Number one, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like, I am going through menopause already. Like, at my age.
Really, girl?
Yes.
But Cinthia, I felt like when I was going through it, and this is another reason why we started, when I started talking to Elsie about it, was because I really felt alone. Like, I would talk to some of the women that were my age, and I got the feeling was like, I read the room. It was like, we don't talk about those things.
That's crazy.
And I was just like, well, I want to be there for other women, and I want to be an inspiration for women. It's like, like a lot of women feel when you're in this time of your life, you're lonely because it's just a different phase. Your kids are gone, and your circle gets a little small. That was the other thing we talked about. And that was one of the reasons why we want to create community as well. But I felt lonely.
I agree. And I wanted to really talk about this. So I invited all the ladies. I mean, men, if you guys are here, everyone's welcome. Of course, actually, you should, so you can understand if you do have a partner.
I agree.
Right? No, but before
too.
yeah, of course. But I was gonna say, before I continue, like, Jen, you look amazing. That's crazy. I would never have guessed that's your age, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you look phenomenal, and both of you guys do. But there's no way I would have ever guessed your age. But let me read these comments real quick before we continue. We have Elevated Society says, I follow both of you on TikTok. This community of like-minded women is amazing. Whoop, whoop. She said,
who's another queen. Yes.
We have Alma Rodriguez on here. She says, hello from Chicago. Hello, Alma. Oh my gosh, from Chicago. Let's go.
Friends. All my TikTok friends are on here.
That's so
I love it. You see things, the support.
Yes.
Yeah. She says, going through perimenopause, and it's been hard finding community to connect on this phase of our lives. Yes, 100%. And see, this is what I was so excited to talk about with you guys, because like you said, Jen, there is so many women out there going through this by themselves. And I know I could say that, because it's like, when this happened to me, I was just like, what the hell? Like, well, first of all, the last, oh my God, 10 years of my life were crazy. Like, that's a whole nother story. But like, to finally step into this, my mom's like, no, mija, well, I got mine when I was like 46, 40. I was like, what? And because I tell people, and they're like, no, you're too young. But no, sure enough, it was confirmed. But it's crazy, because you go through, oh my God. Like, sometimes I'm like, is this part of what's happening now? Like,
yes, the symptoms is like a list.
Yeah. So you know what? I've been lucky that Jen already went through it, because you're right. Like, our moms, bless their souls. Like, I remember my mom going through hot flashes and just like, open the window, open the door. It's normal. But you know what? She's very understanding, because I do have friends that their mom's like, why are you exaggerating things? You're being dramatic, right? So these are conversations we have a lot, because there's so many symptoms, and it starts early. Now, like in your late 30s, you could be in perimenopause, right?
It's true.
And
I remember when my legs were like literally burning when I was in bed. And it kind of like it stopped. And now,
but Cynthia, did you get them during the day or at night?
At night.
Oh, see, those were the worst for me. I never really sweat during the day, but at night I couldn't sleep.
Like I was laying down. I remember this is when I was with my ex, but I would just be like, like I felt literally like my legs were like on fire. Yeah.
No, so that's what I tell ladies. It's like, this is not normal. Like, let's have more of these conversations, because it's not normal to feel like this. Life isn't fun and exciting when you're feeling this way, anxious. You walk into a room, you don't remember what you were there for.
That was the worst. The anxious feeling, because I had never felt like that in my life.
Out of control, right?
And that's when I started I met this lady who literally saved my life, and I thanked her profusely on other podcasts, because her name was Trudy Brody, and she was the one who told me about HRT and how safe it was, and how I should, research that. And that's when I started taking hormone replacement therapy, and that really did save my life. It really did.
That's crazy. I honestly haven't even dug into that, but for me, it was just crazy. I feel like I don't know, like the beginning of last year, I got Bell's palsy. Half of my face was paralyzed. I don't know. I'm not saying it was menopause, but I was talking to my mom. She's like, "Mija, it could be because your nerves, because all this stuff." And I'm just like, "Oh my gosh!" But it is important, and that's why I'm so excited to talk to you guys, because and I see the ladies coming in with the comments, which I love. You guys, please continue to bring the comments in. Alma says the night sweats and insomnia is terrible. Yes, my sister's in the house. Hey sister, she says hi ladies. I follow you on TikTok also. Also, I think I'm starting perimenopause. Oh my gosh. And my sister, she has a 1-year-old little baby. That's gotta be crazy.
Wow. When you have kids, right? I don't have kids, but I can't imagine coming home. The brain fog too.
That's what she's just saying here.
You're starting to say something and you completely forget.
Oh my gosh. See? So basically, I'm gonna blame everything on this moment.
Really,
one thing I've noticed, I don't know if you went through this, Jen, like I feel like it's getting better now, but my patience was gone. Like,
it's so funny because that's so not my personality. Like, ask
Elsie. Me too.
I just let everything roll off my shoulders for the most part, but my personality changed during that time too. I was like, oh yeah, I need a drug, HRT. I need something because I can't continue my life like this.
No, and that's the thing, and that's why I think it's so important. I appreciate all you ladies who are in the chat. You guys continue to interact. If you guys have questions or comments, let us know, because I feel like it is important. Listen, being a woman it has its challenges, period. You know what I'm saying? And going through this, whether you're going through perimenopause or not, like I love that there's a community of women. I think it's very much needed to have a community for women that is like a safe place. This is why I'm starting to teach Zumba again, because I'm like, man, where I'm at now at my age, like I feel like there has to be more that we can do instead of, you know what I'm saying, of comparing or criticizing or just drama and stuff like that. And it's and I think it's so important. Alma also said
community. And I'm glad you're doing that too, right? You're starting your dancing.
Alma said the same thing. I'm on HRT.
Yeah, me too, girl. I'm on HRT, and honestly, that's hormone replacement therapy has saved my life. And I'm not even named I'm on testosterone, progesterone, estrogen.
And it's not for everyone.
No, it's not for everyone. You have to go to your doctors, but
so is this HRT? Is it like a prescribed, like a, what is it, like a actual medication?
You have to have it prescribed. You have to go to a doctor. Yeah, so you have to advocate for yourself. And like Jen says, it's not for everybody. There's other, right? There's peptides.
Like for myself, I don't know if I just thugged it out, because I'm not taking nothing. I mean, I have like all my essential oils. I did take I only took it for like a month though. What is it called? Like an Herbalife something. I forget what it's called. Something for women. It was specifically for that. And I did feel like it helped me. My mom, she was trying like, tomate this, so take this. I'm like, hold on.
I tried that route too in the beginning, but I think it just depends. It was affecting my sleep so bad that I wasn't able to function. And I had to go to work, and I had kids. So I was like, I can't continue this way. So that's the reason why I went on hormone replacement therapy. But.
And it's like you said, everything can work out differently for everybody, but it's about knowing, it's having information on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Izzy says, I started HRT and I'm 36. My hormones were not optimized. And it's so sad to me that most women go through life thinking they just have to struggle. This is true. this is why I think it is important to talk about this, because you never know. And let's be honest, ladies. I mean, I don't know like the physiology behind all this like exactly, but like with the way life is now, I mean, it's already stressful enough, and us as women, like I said, we go through so much, so it is important to educate yourself and to talk to other women, like right now,
yes,
yeah, she's super young, but how many kids, even like younger girls, have hormonal issues with their periods or stuff like that,
and another thing that's not normal. And that's it. We grew up thinking, right? And I was on birth control for so long, and then I did my research, then I found out, then I got off. But some people continue to choose to do it, and everybody does whatever works for them, right?
Exactly.
But inform yourself. Don't just go by sometimes what you hear. Like really talk to people that know about this.
And you have to advocate for yourself too with your doctor, because a lot of times, even like our insurance didn't pay for it, so we had to go out of pocket. I had to go see another doctor out of our network in order to get the services that I needed. But I wasn't going to give up. I was just like, I'm just feeling so bad that I can't do this. I need another option.
And I think that's important. And my sister said, woman's choice. Yeah, that's the one I took too, sister. And it did help. It did help, honestly. So you just have to, I guess, do research. But again, I think it's important to talk about this because for so many reasons, because it's true, Jen and Elsie. Like, I feel like sometimes like it's like this overwhelming, I don't know how to explain it, feeling like you don't even know, like what am I feeling? Yeah. Like you can
this wasn't me. What happened?
It's like
and I'm like you, Jen, where you said, because I'm totally chill too. Like I'm pretty patient. I mean, I feel like because I've gotten older, I'm just like, oh, but like there was a moment. I feel like I'm better now, but there was a moment where like you couldn't even look at me. I'm like, bro, like what are you looking at? You know what I mean?
Why are you looking at me like that?
But no, it does. And even you have to change your mindset too during that time as well. True. Because I tried to do that in the beginning, trying to figure out, and you got to be in a better mindset. I got to do the yoga. I got to do the meditation. And that shit was not working for me. Okay. I was like,
I need extra help.
No, you know what? I love that you said that because
it's not working.
No, listen, I want to talk about that in just a second because I think it's so important. Let me read my sister's comment real quick. She says, I love how people are interacting, ladies. I love this. Continue interacting. She's saying, I was feeling irritable and less patient also. I think being conscious of it and helping my hormones with healthier options is helping a lot so far. I love that. Yes. And I think it's super, super important. Yeah. Lola Margarita, welcome in. She says, I just turned 40. I think I'm going through perimenopause, but how long did it take you to finally realize it was perimenopause or actual menopause? Well, for me, and Jen, I'll let you speak on this too. I know for me, like they kept telling you, oh, you have to have at least a year complete without having a period or something like that, right? Menopause. Yeah. And for me, it's crazy because I don't know what the heck happened, man. But I got like fibroids, right? Years ago. Girls, I was bleeding for months. Like, it was insane. I remember I'd go to the ER and all they would give me was birth control pills, and that was making things like 10 times worse.
Oh yes.
But so when I was like, okay, am I going through this? My mom would always tell me, I think you're going through it. I was like, no, I'm too young to be going through this, and finally, thank the Lord, because I'd rather go through this than to bleed for months, right? But I finally a year passed. I'm like, okay, now like literally I'm officially, but I think it's different for everybody. Jen, would you say like the perimenopause? I mean, Elsie, you're going through it too right now, right? Yeah.
No, I'm still in perimenopause. I'll tell you about my experience.
But mine too. Like I remember like the heavy periods in the beginning. Like, oh my gosh, like with a pad and a tampon. So gross, TMI. But yeah, that's how it was.
I got stories. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then all of a sudden, it just starts trickling off, and it's different for everyone. But after that 1 year, I don't know. I was just like, okay, that's it. But I went to the doctor, and they can tell by even like, when they do a checkup with your GYN, they can tell that whether you're in perimenopause.
That's how I found out. Yeah. I would think for me, when I turned 41, everything changed. I do remember going through some hair loss in my late 30s, but when I turned 41, the sweats were out of control. I would walk around with like a lash extension fan at work because I would start sweating on my nose. People would laugh, girl. People would laugh. But no, I went to the doctor because my periods got irregular, and I'm like, this is not okay. And they have a way of knowing, like she's like, you're already in perimenopause. I did not know anything. So one of the films that we watched on YouTube, it's called The M Factor. And it has so much good information. And that's where I learned, and just speaking with Jen, it's like, oh my gosh, like all these symptoms, that dry eyes, like hair loss.
Everything.
There's so many other symptoms.
Dry
joint
skin.
pain,
Yeah.
Itchy skin.
itchy skin. So after that, and I had to, like Jen was saying, I had to switch insurance because one day I left crying from my doctor's office because I'm like, this is not normal. I'm here because you have to help me. And I just couldn't do it anymore. And finally I got some help. I had to go outside my insurance at some point, but it's just talking like this is not normal. If you feel like this drastic change has come on, I wasn't like this. Yes, you lose your patience. Like bless the souls of the people that live with us, because it's like I was so angry all the time.
Yeah, I was sad. I was the opposite.
Sad and angry.
I was just sad all the time. I would wake up with this melancholy feeling, like there's a cloud over you all the time, and that just wasn't me. That's when I knew something was wrong. I was just like, this is not normal.
Yeah, and it's challenging because again, like I said, us as women, we already go, we have our hormones. We're emotional creatures already as it is, right? So and then you go through stuff like that. It is hard, and like you said, and I think that's why it is very important to talk about this or have a community, because maybe a lot of women are going through this alone or don't even know what's happening. Or sometimes, I mean, as you guys had said, and you guys in the chat, you guys let me know if you guys feel like it, but sometimes it can become unbearable where you're like, if you're already going through stuff, like you said, I think the mindset is so important, but it is easier said than done, right? And I agree with you because, what did she say? Earwax? They said we were produced. Oh, I didn't go through that, but it could be. Shoot, everything's kind of out of whack. Out of whack. Everything's out of whack.
Hey, we learned something new.
Yeah, see, I haven't heard that one. But even your teeth, like you go to the dentist.
Yeah, girl, the teeth.
And that's when I started experiencing like dental issues too. And then somebody said to me, "Oh, are you in menopause?" Oh dear Lord,
that's crazy.
Falling apart by a second.
Look at Alma said, since getting on HRT, I've become the most patient person. Maybe I should get Adam. She's like, too patient now. No,
the nurse that works with me tells me you're gonna feel like a teenager again. I'm like, I can't wait.
Yeah, because your energy levels.
Really?
Yeah, you don't crash at 1 p.m. It's like, yeah, it's good. I'm glad.
Y'all might have to send me the information when we get off here because that I like that. I need more energy. I mean, I feel like I have energy, but I think there is moments during the day where I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired. And I
take supplements. We're big on creatine because it's also for your cognitive function, right?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
we don't skip that. It's like we don't skip it, right?
No, we don't. We don't skip it. That's part of our life, collagen. But also like I had to go get blood work because you know how it is. In the internet, you hear all kinds of things. I should be taking this supplement, A, B, C, D. It gets so expensive. It's like at some point I said I need to get blood work and I need to exactly what I'm low on. And you'd be surprised. And I think we're pretty healthy eaters here, and we try to get our fiber, protein. And some levels are still low because it's so much we can do, right? We need a little bit of extra help. And that's where the change also, you start feeling in your energy, your body, like it definitely makes a difference. It's a lot of components, but don't get stressed or overwhelmed. Just have the conversations one thing at a time, right?
Yes, and and again, sit down with your doctor. Like I always tell the people that come to me asking about how I did it or what I went through. I always say, you know what, you do need to advocate for yourself. You need to sit down with your doctor. Go in with a bunch of questions. Go in with a list of all your symptoms. Because I was like, I have this, I have this.
Your CVS receipt.
You're like, I don't know who I am. Can you just give me a person, please?
No, but you know what? Interesting. Like you go in, and when I told them that I was feeling like melancholy all the time, and she was like, "Well, depression? No, I just feel like a little sad all the time, and that's just not me."
Yeah.
Immediately they want to give you.
They wanted to give me depression meds. I'm like, no, this is not depression.
I'm like, I don't need that.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
I wanted to say, speaking on that, because again, this can happen. And again, if you guys are watching, whether it's menopause or premenopause or just you're just a woman, you know what I mean? I think it's so important, especially in the times that we're living in right now. Like I said, life can be lifing, and something that you said, Jen, and I am currently experiencing that because I do love to journal and I do love to meditate and stuff like that. But I remember I was reading an article where it talks about like, hey, meditation doesn't always have to be you sitting there. And because I know for me,
correct.
I never had anxiety, and I don't know if it just got worse with menopause or not, but like, sometimes I can, it's like, but lately, like to sit there and be still, like gives me more anxiety. And I'm like, I can't. So this is when I got into, which you guys should definitely look into. I don't know, I'm sure you guys are familiar with it, but the somatic exercises.
Oh, girl,
definitely.
Yes. We live for somatics.
Yes. And that's something I want to, Yeah, I want to incorporate even in my classes because I think it's so important, and just to move your body. When you understand that, this is why I'm starting to teach again, because I'm like, man, if people would understand how important it is to move your body. Like, I know, it seems you guys have been in this for years, which I love that, which I want to ask you guys is that in just a second. But for me, these like 9 months, last 9 months, I should say, I finally I'm taking my health serious. I'm finally being consistent. I'm finally, not perfectly, but and I've lost 40 pounds. That's another thing. I gained a ton of weight, which is crazy. Thank you. I still have another, I have my goal for this year, but I'm embracing, the journey. But one thing that I've learned is, you have to move your body. And another thing is understanding that if whatever you've gone through, trauma, whatever it is, if you have anxiety, if we do not move what's there, because we our body absorbs all of it. Sometimes I know I've been guilty of I'm good. My body's like, no, you're not, you're stressed. And I'm just like, no, even today, for example,
getting sick, puffy.
I told you I had Elsie last year. Literally this past couple of days, my nerves have been and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm putting oils. I'm because I'm kind of, I get nervous, and I'm just I'm not stressing. And my son's like, no, Mom, maybe your nerves are healing, And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm getting scared because I'm like, I do not want half of my face paralyzed again. My point here is it's so important to understand how much, how movement is important. This is what I'm trying to stress out, even with my classes that I'm promoting. I'm like, listen, I'm going to dance because I love to dance. And that helps you, the endorphins and stuff. But understanding that healing starts from there, whether you're whatever age you are, if you're a man or a woman, I think it's so important to target that. Say, okay, listen, the only way meditation, don't get me wrong, I love that. If you can sit there and be still for a minute, hey, that's good, because I think it's important sometimes. But also it's how important it is to move your body. And us as women in our age, I feel like now more than ever, you have to move every single day. Would you guys agree with that? What's your take on that?
Yeah, oh, definitely. And you said, meditation, I love doing that, but there are some days I'm not feeling it. But we are big dancers in the morning.
That's why I like you guys.
You can't be sad when you're dancing. You can't be sad when you're singing. You can't be dancing when you're moving like that either. Mm-hmm. So for us, that's, I'll make an intention in the morning, and then I'll dance. I'll put on music, come out the shower, you be doing your dance, and that's it. That sets up your day. If you start like that.
And you know what it is too? We live in our mind a lot, and we need, that's why somatics I think is so important, because talking therapy is great too, but you need to drop into your body. And I didn't learn that, girl, until beginning of COVID, when I started working with a coach specifically for that. And dropping into your body, whether it is breath work, I'm huge on breath work. And these are things, somatics, you can do on YouTube too, right? There's so many. I have
easy, simple ones.
Yeah, let me do some somatics. There's also a lot of music, frequencies that are good for, anxiety, just to reset your nervous system. Sometimes during work, that's what I play, right? So there's so many tools. It's just learning what these tools are, but you do have to drop into your body, like you said. It has to. That's how you release and you reset your nervous system.
And Cinthia, just even walking, you don't have to.
Nature, sun.
I'm a big proponent for just short workouts, a 20 to 30 minute workout, because we used to CrossFit for years, and I mean those were intense workouts, and you just I got to a point that I couldn't. I would be sore all the time. It was I needed more time to recover. But now it's just a more gentle workout. I still do weights. I still do, use dumbbells and stuff like that. But it's it's easier on my body, and I focus more on walking and not really beating your body up as much, but moving every day. I do something every day,
and I think that's so important, and it's so true, because I know sometimes I feel like, in general, I guess obviously we're talking about, within women or about women, but I feel like we beat ourselves up, like you said, a lot. Because I know for me, if I didn't meditate, I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't meditate, and that would make me anxious. I didn't do it, so I messed up my day, or you feel like you have to do so much. But it's really, like you said, something very important, which I came into 2026 with that, and I try to remind myself every day, is to do everything with intention, and not just that, but to give yourself grace. Like for myself, for example, I had a breakup last year, obviously, and not obviously for people who don't know, but and people are like, oh, that did it for you. But I think I got to a point, now that you mentioned nervous system, Elsie, that I don't think I even was so aware of what my nervous system and how it was affected. But I remember after getting Bell's palsy, with my, ex-partner, and it was, things were just not good. And I got to a point where I was like, this is what I told him when I broke up with him. I'm like, I physically cannot do this anymore. Not even because I'm going to love myself and I'm like, I cannot, like my nervous system was,
you knew your body shutting down.
Yeah. And it's crazy because, I joke with my daughter sometimes because they be scaring me. I'm like, don't do that. I'm like, I'm still healing don't scare me. but I mean, it sounds funny, but gosh, it's wild that when we do not take care of ourselves, like your nervous system is so jacked up. It's so, to not say the F word, but it's so messed up because like everybody's situation and story is different. But like, I feel like as women, like it's crazy. I know for myself, I can speak on it. Like, that's why right now I'm just like, like, I feel like I'm in a much better place, but there's still so much like work to heal your nervous system, and I don't know how long that's going to take. But one thing that you ladies said, I feel like when you start giving yourself grace, not trying to repair whatever damage, whether it's you gained weight, whether it's breakup, whatever it is, like overnight, like understanding that if you can improve yourself 1% every day. There's a book called Atomic Habits, and that stuck with me. Like
we have it up there.
Yeah, definitely recommend it, you guys. But and that's, I think a lot of times a lot of people do that from one day to another. You want to recover, or you want to lose the weight, or you want to, and many times we give up because it doesn't happen on our time frame. But when you understand, listen, I've been through a lot of shit. Like I'm gonna take my time. Like I need to give myself grace. And like you said, move your body. Like understanding, I think getting on a deeper level of what it is to heal as a woman. And again, guys, whoever's listening, is for men and women, like to truly heal. I feel like we're in a world right now. We're kind of on the same subject, but I'm shifting it just a little bit. But like we're in this time frame where there's so many, and I don't like to use the word broken people, but there is so many people out there who just need healing. Like you hear, and you hear, and I say it for myself, like including myself, because oh my God, like to me, people, I'm just like, I don't know, like, and the same for men too. But I think again, I want to ask you guys, what is your take? Because I feel like all this kind of can go together, right? But like when we talk about self-love, like and taking care of your body is part of it, right? What is your guys' take? Because I think a lot of times we have a misconception on like, oh, I love myself. Like, of course I do. Like we post all these cute quotes, but true self-love, I want to ask both of you guys, what does that mean to you? Because I think everybody has a different perspective on it. And I think it's so much deeper than what we realize.
I don't know. I think just being aware too, right? Like, how are you feeling? Self-love for me is also like feeling at peace, not feeling anxious all the time, just being content. Because sometimes I hate to use the word happy, because like we've talked about,
always be happy.
People always look at me and go, "You're always so happy." Well, no, I'm not always happy, but I try to be content in my life. I try to be grateful. That's another thing that that we practice for self-love, to just be grateful for the things in your life and for your health, and that you can move. So I don't know, that for me, I think that's, but mostly I think being just aware of how you're feeling all the time, and taking time for yourself.
And giving yourself grace, right? Because I think we're so hard on ourselves, and it's true. I think it's just being present. And you're right, because that's same for me. People are like, oh, how are you always positive? And it's just like, it's a choice, but that doesn't mean you're not going through stuff inside, right? I mean, everybody's in your own world, and everybody's has their own, challenges in life. But I do feel there's a saying, I can't remember what the quote says, but it's not like, it's how you react to life, right? And I think, like you said, if you're more conscious and more aware, and like, all right, okay, I'm going through this, how am I gonna handle this? Or you have two choices, right? I remember my ex-husband used to be like, you think you're gonna solve everything by being positive? I'm like, no, but if I'm negative, how am I gonna solve things that way? So,
and like you said too, it just takes time too. Like it's a journey. It's not gonna happen all at once, but that's why we call it a journey.
For me, and talking about that, like self-love is also not comparing your journey or your healing journey to anybody else that on social media, your friends. Everybody's going on their own path and their own journey. And for me, like I had a lot of growing up, I grew up in religion. So I was around a lot of judgment, shame, body shame, and so on. So it took time. Like it got to a point, I think an ex-relationship for sending me to therapy for the first time. And that's when it all started, right? It's like facing those parts of you too, that for years we tried to avoid, right? Because we're so scared of going there. It's just really being vulnerable with yourself being honest with yourself, like Jen said, self-aware of like what your body is needing. And then looking for that community is big with self-love. I think your confidence, your self-love just grows so much when you surround yourself by women like this.
Definitely.
When you look for a community of women that are on their own path and their own journey. But it's also like setting boundaries. We talk about this a lot, right? Like setting healthy boundaries. This means saying no without over-explaining yourself. This also means letting go of friendships that no longer serve you. And girl, I've had to do that. And we've talked, I think we all have, people that we've known for so many years and nothing has really happened, right? It's just that we've just grown apart, you know?
Yes.
You're just not coming with me in this next season, right? Yeah. But there's a lot of like, did I do something? There's all these other things that come, you know, across your mind when this stuff starts happening. But this is part of self-love. It's like you're going to choose you at this point, choose you, right?
Yeah. That part.
If you don't choose yourself first, you can't show up for anybody else. You know,
that's hard,
right? It is hard to do. Not everybody's
100%.
I am convinced that this is not everybody's path, right? And
true,
that's
I agree.
Right? But how nice it is to be around women like this, you know, where, hey, what are you doing? I love to see you showing up and, you know, look how you're growing and telling them, right? Like, Jen, you're doing so good. Look at you showing up on, you know, on TikTok, supporting, speaking, awesome. Doing a speaking event, sharing with your friends.
Love that.
I think this is what we need more. And this is why I love these communities. We thrive in communities. Like we look for people like this because it's like a ripple effect, right?
Yes.
It just helps all of us at the end. And, you know, that's how it is.
I love that. Yeah. Alma says self-love is truly putting yourself first, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Then you'll be able to show up for everyone else. And this is something I'm so glad you talked about. I literally have goosebumps because I think I agree with you 100%, Elsie, on everything you said, because it's so true. So many times when you're in this journey, I love the word journey too, because I think we have to embrace that more. Because a lot of times we're so focused on the destination and we're just like, you know, and it's like, calm down. It's like, embrace your journey. And I think it is so important. I always say this, but I think it's so true as women, as human beings, we have to evolve. You have to grow. And like you said, sometimes you're not going to be in alignment with the people who you used to hang out with, or it's not because you're judging them or you're better than them. It's simply like my journey is different. And it's so crazy that you said that, because I've felt that, like, not that I've been isolated, but to a degree, I'm like, I just need to be time with me. Like I need to be with me, you know? And even with the breakup I gave myself, I'm like, I'm gonna give myself a year. Even my daughter's like, Mom, just give yourself a year without dating. I'm like, okay. So I've been doing good. I've been doing good. But I even, they're trying to like, I'm like, no,
pick you up.
I'm like, no, but what I'm saying is, but it's so true. But that's the thing that you said, Elsie. I think to choose you is easier said than done, especially as women, right? Because I feel like, it's just, as women, whether you have kids or not, I think we're just in our nature to be nurturers, you know, and I know for myself, so for myself, I know I've been a huge people pleaser like my whole life. I didn't realize the degree of it until my last breakup. And I was like, oh my God, at my age, I'm 47. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, and it's crazy. And still to this day, which I'm so grateful, speaking of gratitude, that I'm in this place where certain situations have happened and I'm just like, this doesn't feel right. Like you're being triggered or you know better. Like I am able to observe it now and be like, no, Cinthia, listen, you need it. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. And and that doesn't mean, like, how do I say this? It doesn't mean like, that's what I'm saying. People could take it, I feel like, to two levels. Like I've learned where like self-love, it's just me. And like my daughter said, Mom, focus on you, but also be open to love or be open to opportunities. I'm like, okay. But I think in this world, we were never taught to truly put ourselves first, to love ourselves, to put those boundaries where like, listen, this is what I love, right? Or what I think matters, or what I want matters, you know? And I think this is why when we start people pleasing and then we forget who we are, or we just put ourselves in the back burner. I know for myself, I'm still at my age trying to, I don't know if recover is the right word, trying to, I guess heal, I guess that's the right. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate, because we are so used to either pleasing somebody or expecting somebody to come in our life and make us happy. Does that make sense?
Yes. External validation. Yes. And you know what? I heard something today that I thought it was interesting, because Yes, women empowering women. This
Yeah.
is how we grow.
Yes, I love it. Oh gosh, let's make this cute.
But we talk
here.
about this is why we need each other because we're all it's like we're children walking around in adult bodies, right? A lot of us have experience. We all have different experiences. We were kids, right? Our parents did the best they could, but we all have some kind of trauma that we're now as adults trying to work through, right? And it's just we need the love. We need to like be kind to each other, and we need to support each other because this is how we evolve as women. And when women are healed, this world, it's going to be the better place, the best place we can have, because we are the light in this world, right? And this is why the more we heal, the more work we do on our own journey, whatever that journey is, it's going to make a difference, right?
And
helping each other out through it. We're not alone.
But Cinthia, what I was going to say too about, you know, that's just our nature, right? As women, and also as Latina women too. Like we were taught that you know, you have to always be a martyr. You take care of your children, you take care of your husband, you clean the house. It doesn't matter if you're tired, if somebody else comes and needs something, you know, everyone's going to get up and help. And I've learned that you sometimes as women need to be a little selfish too. You know, it's kind of like on the plane when they say you have to put your mask on first. Like, I'm not kidding. Like when my kids got a little bit older, that was like my mantra. And I always, Elsie makes fun of me because I always used to say a happy mommy is a good mommy, you know? So I need time for self-care. I need time to go on a walk. And you just need to be selfish sometimes.
And I think that's a beautiful thing because I feel like, and people, again, our mindset where you are mentally, and this is why I'm a huge advocate for mental health as well, right? Because it's a thing, like, and I think a lot of times we don't realize how much, you know, like for myself, I know personally there's a lot of areas in my life, even though I'm on this path, but there's a lot of areas where I still need to go to therapy because like stuff with my ex-husband, like my kid's dad, like you're talking about years, you know, that I'm like, I don't want to talk about that, you know, and there could be things that are still that we keep in our bodies, like we were talking about earlier, you know, and I think it is just having grace and yes, I agree with you guys 100%. Who you surround yourself with is so important because like if you're wanting to elevate, if you're on this healing journey, I feel like when people are not on that journey, again, you're not judging people, but it's like a foreign language to some people. And this is why I feel like sometimes you evolve from certain friendship or even family or in environments that you're in, you know?
Your
family too, you're right.
But we don't need no haters, no envidiosas.
No.
Do not apply to the primetime chat.
Exactly. You know, and it's crazy because it happens. And I always look at it this way. Obviously, you set your boundaries, but I feel people who do come in hating or with this just like negative. I was even thinking about that. I'm like, I don't know why I was thinking this, but I'm like, when I do my classes, I ain't gonna have nobody being negative or nobody making anybody feel like I'm already thinking that and when I look at people like that, obviously you set your boundaries, but you also, I am at a point where I understand people who do that is because they are not addressing their,
it's a them problem, not a you, right?
Oh, they're sad. We had this conversation today.
I mean, this happened to me today.
So I try to be kind.
Yeah. It's like you can't, I mean, if you're feeling that way and you have to be rude like that, then that's on you. Like, I can't bring that on me. I can't bring that energy. I just move on. And, you know, I hope you get help, whatever it is that you need, because, it's just a reflection of them. We don't want to go out giving that energy. It's just not something we want to do. And we're huge supporters of women. Jen always talks about how, you know, there is an abundance for everybody out in this world. Like if somebody you see on social media, your friend has something or they're doing something big, guess what? Why don't you ask, hey, what did you do? Because that's available to you too. Sometimes it's just, you know, breaking the ice, facing your fears. There's just
I was gonna say as simple as that, Elsie. You go and I try. I'm human, so I'll admit it. Sometimes I'm like, bro, like you're watching everything I'm posting, and you can't even like it.
And you can't like it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm doing lately? I'm cleaning my social media too. I'm deleting people, and I have no problem.
I'm like,
what I'm saying. But that's where
energy. So I think
me too. I'm like you too, Elsie. And there has been times I'm like, I should do it, but I'm like, okay, I'm just. But what you do, you can feel it because you're like, okay, like
I can feel it.
Okay, yeah. But I think you get to a point, like you said. I mean, obviously we're human beings. Sometimes you're like, okay, but then you're like, you know, let me just focus. And if you do need to delete and remove, then you do it. You know,
whatever works for you.
But it's crazy
like
because
you said, you know what? We're all human too. Like if you're starting to feel a little catty or you're feeling
Mhm.
and you don't know about something, then that's when you take the opportunity and you really sit down and
reflect.
reflect, right? Because what am I missing? Why is that
Why do I
person
feel like that?
triggering me? So
Yeah.
I try to do that. We're not perfect, but
It's true.
I try to think of those things if I'm feeling that way.
It's so true. I can't remember. I think I was talking, I don't know, my son or my daughter, I don't know, because they're very vocal. They'll tell me, I can't remember what they said. And I was like, oh, they're like, why are you upset? I'm like, what? She's like, you shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't let that affect you. And I'm just like, oh, and but then I was like, it took me a second. I'm like, they're right. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes, again, guys, we're human beings. We're talking about all this stuff. It doesn't mean
we're not perfect.
we're perfect. Exactly. But I think
we catch those thoughts now. Like now when you've done work and so on, I pause and I'm like, okay, especially like I've dated in the past and there's certain dating experience that have very triggered me a lot. And then guess what I realized? I mean, relationships are a mirror to you, right?
Oof,
and
that's hard. Yeah.
I just realized that this person triggered me because I'm doing the same thing.
No, Elsie, that's crazy that you say that because this has happened to me even lately. I'm not dating anybody, but I'm saying like people, people talk to you and stuff like that. And immediately, which I'm so thankful to God, the universe, whatever, because immediately I'm like, oh, and part of me, and one of my friends, she would be like, well, are you sure it's that? Or are you just traumatized? Or are you comparing to your ex? But I feel like immediately I'm like, no, hold on. In a way, I'm like, okay, thank you, God, for showing me right away. That way I don't waste time. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And it's a good reminder of like, listen, you're not ready. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but it's easier said than done because let's be honest, as women, as human beings, not just women, we were born to connect, right? We want to feel loved. We want to feel wanted. We want all that good stuff, but again, and this is probably, and I tell my kids this, and anybody I talk to, my experience, tell me if you guys agree, working on self, like truly loving yourself, has to be one of the hardest things you do. Because it's easy to say it. It's easy to say, and I think we have a misconception on what it means. It means feeling the things you don't want to feel, whether that's anger, whether that's resentment, whether that's, whatever it is, healing the areas we need to heal of trauma, of bad relationships, of so many things. Unfortunately, in this life, we go through a lot of stuff and everybody has a story, and I think that's one of the hardest things to do is to sit in those feelings and like do something about it. Cause like, even like you said, we talked about earlier, therapy is great and all that. I'm all for that. But understanding that if you don't get up and move your body, if you don't do something like take action, it's all that is going to stay in your body. And I think that's where we have to be careful, because that then can produce, I don't know, sicknesses. Can produce, Bailey, hello, welcome in. Thank you, love, for being here. Sorry.
And
go ahead.
When we're talking about self-love too, it's also, now that you're talking about that, it's also accepting those parts of you that are messy, right? Those messy parts. I'm a very emotional person and I feel very deeply.
Me too.
I'm not feeling shame for those parts that maybe as growing up in our culture was something that was, frowned upon, crying, whatever it is. It's like embracing those parts too that can be messy. Sometimes we can be a little much, and guess what? Nobody here is too much. Exactly. It's just who we are, and it's embracing who we are. Because I always say, and talking about also body image, there's just so much comparison. We think we should look a certain way, but I don't want to be 80 and then look back and say, I wish I would have appreciated that version of Elsie, right? We talk about this a lot.
We talk about it all the time. And I said, you know what? We have an expiration date. So you want to dance, you want to wear the top, you want to wear the low cut stuff, wear it now, because you're going to look back on your life. And I think I'm speaking from experience too, because I think I judged my body so much because I gained weight easily. So I always was on that journey,
And then I was too thin. So we were the opposites. I had little string legs and I was so embarrassed. So
comparison is the thief of joy. This is so true. So true.
But now it's not about like what you look like. I think for me it's more like looking at your body and saying, oh my gosh, I could do this. I get to work out, or this is how I want to be when I'm 80. I want to thank my 50-year-old self for working out and taking care of our bodies. So that's where I'm at too.
I love that, because Elsie, and I think I made a post the other day, because I don't remember where I saw this, so much social media, but when it said, don't go to the gym because you hate your body, like go to the gym because you love your body. I was like, whoa. And it's easier said than done, like for myself. And it's crazy how we're our biggest haters sometimes, right? Because I know for myself, sometimes I do go back and look at old, like pictures and stuff. And I'm like, oh, damn, I did lose a lot of weight. And my kids are telling me every day, but then there's days that I go to the gym. I'm like, oh, I don't see a difference. Like, what the hell? Like, how long is it going to take me? But it's like, we're so hard on ourselves and we're our biggest haters sometimes. And I think it's understanding when you change that. And again, you have to like remind yourself. I have to remind myself all the time,
Me too.
Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, I'm here because I'm learning to love me. And I like to say that because I'm still learning. I'm doing it because of that. And I think when we get to a place, we live in a world, like she was talking about, comparison is the thief of joy. We're on social media, dude. Like ever since COVID, like even people have embraced it like 1,000 times more, right? And unfortunately, whether we say it or not, like you're comparing yourself. I wish, or you look at like I have a bunch of algorithm of like workouts, and I'm like, oh, I wish I had her body, or we just do it because it's natural, But I think again, when we embrace, again, going back to our journey, everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's journey is different. You have to embrace who you are. I'm not going to be Elsie. I'm not going to be Jen. I'm me.
Right.
And I'm learning to accept me because I think we live in a world where we want the acceptance of everybody so bad. Like I didn't get likes on here. Okay. That means I'm not pretty enough. I'm not, what I'm saying? And it's like, we have to like shift that and understand, like, listen, if you're working out, it's for you. If you're taking time to love you, it's for you. Like for me, like I have to look in the mirror. There's another good book. I don't know if you guys have read it. I'm a huge Mel Robbins fan. It's called The High Five Habit.
We're Mel Robbins too. Yes.
Oh, yes.
You're
and
right.
that one was so important because she's like, when you give people a high five and you're like, hey, good job, she's like, but many times we don't do that for ourselves.
Have you ever done that in the mirror?
Yes.
Work.
Oh, girl.
High five. And that's the thing. Sometimes, girl, you just have to say it. Like stand in the, in the mirror when you're changing. I love you, body. Like just say it. Sometimes you might not believe it, and it might sound so strange to say it. But keep saying it. Like smile at yourself. Like that makes a huge difference, and you're going to see how eventually your body starts responding. It's just true. It's
and
then, like my body.
I'm sorry, no, I'm enjoying it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so true.
My body carried 5 babies. It is magical. It is, girl. It is. I carried 4 too. Like I had 4 C-sections. My ex-wife, I would say I'm not a woman because I didn't have them naturally. But I mean, they just cut 7 layers deep into my skin.
Yeah, like we bring life. Like, oh my gosh, our body does so much. Like it listens to us. Like we're big advocates on and repairs. Like it goes back to like, and that's why I think like eating healthy, like just poor body. Sometimes I'm
drink your water.
I think you're very.
I know. I had my drink because I was a little bit nervous, but I have my water is bigger than the drink. No, but I was gonna say. True. Yeah, but you're saying the way we speak to ourselves is so important. And like you said, we do carry, like I had 4 kids, and whether you have kids or not, like as a woman, as human beings, we're something magical. I don't think we understand that. But what's so crazy that the power of what we tell ourselves, it is true, Elsie, because I remember it might sound crazy, but it's the truth. Oh my God, I've gone through so much these past years, but I fractured my tibia, has it been 3 years, I think now? Anyways, and I was like in a wheelchair and I was like, oh my God, and every now and then I walk and my knee will but it's crazy because sometimes I do get emotional because I'm like, man, I'm so grateful I'm able to walk again. I'm able to run. I'm able to dance. But sometimes I'd be walking our months in the gym and I'm like, oh, my leg is bothering me. I literally, and I don't do it all the time, but I should. But sometimes I'm like, nah, you're good. I'm so proud of you, body. You're so amazing. You put up with so much. And I love that. I swear to you that the pain goes away.
Yes.
I just have to remember to do it every day.
Like my hair stood up.
When you said that, right? Like, thank you, body. Thank you.
Yes,
body.
And I've done that, and we just have to remember to do it every day. But if we understood the power of our thoughts, that we are our biggest enemy, but we can change that and be our biggest cheerleader, be our biggest, be our best friend. And I think that's what we have to. This is why I'm loving this conversation and the women in the chat, because I think this world, you guys, has enough negativity. This world has enough hate, enough of judgment. Like, what? Let's change that. You know what I mean? And
but Cinthia, I was going to say too,
go ahead.
During we call it the dark year, right, Elsie? I really went through a rough time.
I had long dark years.
And every day I would do a post-it. And sometimes I would write on the post-it, "You are beautiful," and I would be crying. And I would be like, today I'm going to do these 2 things, because I was in such a bad headspace.
Yeah.
And then now I look back on that, that even the post-it and writing it and putting it on the mirror and reading it and saying it out loud helped me so much.
Man.
So it's you know, you have to retrain your mind and how you think. Or like when people say, oh, I have to work out because I'm going to gain weight. No, you know what? I get to work out today because my body is so amazing that it could do all these things. I could jump now after my surgery, you know? So it's in your mind.
Yeah, I have posted right now and my computer says I am safe, because at the moment that I'm spiraling at work, like I'm reading that on my phone right now. I have a picture of myself because I celebrate myself every day, and it says, I have everything, need nothing. I want what the Creator wants. And it's like when I open it, I remind myself, like, I can't live in a place of lack. You know, like thinking like I need this, I need a relationship. No, I have everything I need. We all have everything we need right now. You know, and we're gonna get more because there's more to come, right?
And I think that's so beautiful. And I feel like, you know, women, the ladies or whoever's listening, you know, I think it's so important, because that's when we talk about mindset of shifting that. Because many times the way we grew up, what we're used to, you know what I'm saying? We have to kind of like do a reset, because sometimes we're ¿cómo se dice? Oh my God. I can't think of it. Like our computer per se. What is it? Oh my God. The word just went from my head, but like we're programmed basically a certain way. Like wired. Yeah. And many times you're like, oh, I'm on a different path. But until we actually dig deeper or speak over that, be like, no, listen, I am good. I am going to like the way we talk to ourselves is so important. What we speak out into the universe, to the world. Like, are you a negative person every day and you're expecting something positive in your life, but every single day you complain about everything? Like it sounds like so much, but it is powerful to the way we speak to ourselves, you guys. And it has to start with us. And you're right, because if we don't do that, then we seem to still attract certain type of people. And you're like, wait, hold on.
You know what? I've been thinking a lot about that, Cinthia. And because I dated for a couple of years already, and I've accepted, guess what? I have attracted this type of person, because there were still limited beliefs inside there hiding somewhere, and you know, things I'm still working through, because my struggle is in love relationships. And it's like, but I'm attracting these people. If I keep bringing these kind of people into my friends, you know, love relationships, it's like, okay, I need to start looking at me. Like, what energy am I putting out into this world, right?
That's
true. What we're saying, the mindset, the perspective shift. Yes.
Yeah. She said, perspective shift.
Our mind is powerful.
It's so true. And that's the thing. If we understood that, like, oh my God, everything would change. I feel like, again, we live in a society where we go off stigmas, right? We go off maybe even our culture sometimes. This is how you're supposed to be at this age, or we're so consumed with what our life is supposed to look like at this age or period. And that's crazy when you think about it, ladies, because imagine living in this world. I get the goosebumps. This is such a good conversation. Like, when you're living in this world of what people expect from you, or what society says you should be. And that's wild, because imagine how many people, why there's so many people in depression, with anxiety, with this, because we're trying to live a life that maybe is not conducive to what we want. And many times we put our dreams to the side. I just posted a video not too long ago. We put our dreams to the side because Mel Robbins said that. She's like, imagine living a life where you don't do what you're passionate about. You don't do what what you've always wanted to. And you leave this earth with all this passion and dream.
Like, how sad, because you were either
and you have so much to give.
You know? There's so much to give.
Exactly. And I love there's somebody says, like, whatever you can't think of, or the things that we have in us, like our passions, and like what you ladies are doing with the podcast, myself, like it was given to us for a reason. And a lot of times people put that to the side, or like, oh, I'm too old, or I should have done it before I had kids, or like, says who? You know what I mean? Like, says who? And again,
we started talking about the podcast. I was still in my 50s.
Yeah.
So we were like, we were going to do a 30, a 40, and a 50.
Yeah.
And finally, we just said, one day, I said to Elsie, I sent her this long text. It was like, we call it the SOS. That's when Elsie was like, okay, there's something
I was
wrong.
doing a breathwork program at the time. So I was dealing with my stuff. And then she sent me this SOS
I was like,
text
we just have to do it. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know.
I still don't know what I'm doing sometimes.
Yeah. We're just going to do it.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Honestly, sometimes that's what it is. I feel like sometimes we just think about it. We think about it too much. Going back to Mel Robbins, she has another book where she says the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. She's like, just do it.
Oh, I read that book.
Yeah. And I think so many times, and so many times we're just pondering on it. Like even my classes, it's so funny because I was thinking about that today. I've been wanting to get back to Zumba, but you know, part of me is like, no, I need to lose more weight, whatever. I remember when I'm like, I need to find a venue. I need to book it. I need to schedule it, because if I don't do it, I know I'm not going to do it, because I'm gonna be like, maybe later, you know? And that's what I did. And again, going back to intention, I think if we start living an intentional life with everything, with your dreams, with your relationships, with your career, whatever it is, you know, and I think to have a group of women, a community of women who are on that path, this is again, not on comparing ourselves, it's on elevating ourselves. And like you said, Elsie, I'm like, hey, like, listen, I see you out there, you know, again, we have to believe in ourselves and we have to be our biggest cheerleader, but it's beautiful to be able to have a community of women, of people who support you, not just women, like whoever you surround yourself with, you know, and I think that's so important, you know, so I'm loving this conversation because I think it's very relatable.
You know what, Cinthia, too, there's a lot of, I know when we do like a lot of like social media posts, there's a lot of people that are looking for community that, you know, have lost friends, because you know how it is. True. In my 40s, I feel like I'm starting life all over again, and it's still so good. But sometimes you have to do the uncomfortable. You have to go to an event by yourself. You know, you don't have to wait till your friend decides if he wants to go, you know, and that's okay. There's going to be somebody else who goes alone, is probably anxious and, you know, nervous to even be there. And ask a question. And this is how you find people, you know, online. I've met a lot of good people online that are actually watching live. And then Jen and I have met other people through our walks. But you have to put yourself out there. You know, you just have to do, this is a part of it. But it's so, so worth it, right?
Yes.
I mean, look how happy I'm. So excited. This conversation is so good.
Yeah,
no comparison. Like we can't.
That's
no. And I think that's beautiful. Yeah, I must say, love this
conversation. Nobody's behind here on anything. Nobody.
No. You know, there's a place for everybody at the table. That's another thing we say. When we do our walk and talks, we've met people. They've come alone. They've come with other friends, but we always try to welcome everyone. And you know, like I said, there's a seat for everyone at the table, and we really want to project that to the girls that is, you know, that come to our walk and talks. And for you, Cinthia, too, I'm just so, you know, in awe of everything that you've done. And we were talking about that before we started. I'm like, my goodness, how did she find the time to do all that? So
we're proud of you too.
Thank you. And I'm proud of you guys, because I think, again, I get excited. I think I've told Elsie, I'm like, why you live in San Diego? Even though I will be taking a couple of trips to San Diego this year.
Okay,
so
you need to because you used to live here, right?
Yeah, all my family's in San Diego. I grew up in Escondido.
That's yeah. So that's what I'm like. Is that? I mean, that's where we're at right now. I want you to know.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. My mom, like all my family lives in California. I mean, it's in San Diego, especially. My oldest lives in.
Come visit.
Yeah. Yes, I am. I do have a trip end of April, and then in June I have to go again to my niece's graduation. So I definitely have to link up with you guys because
we have to connect. Actually, one of my friends that's live right now, we're meeting in April. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
no, seriously, like even talking to you guys, like my mind starts going like, I'm like, we need to do like this huge like women's event, like retreat or something. Like I'm already
events. Yeah. So we're going to start doing our walk and talks again, but I think it's something that we want to put in. Yeah. It's just, you know, if we could all get together one day and do something.
That would be so cool.
I mean, that would be great.
Maybe when you're here, Cinthia, we can join one of our walk.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely want to connect with you ladies. I always tell Elsie, have I not messages her? I'm like, man, I wish you lived closer. You know?
We say that a lot. I'm like, oh, where do you live? Everybody's like on the East Coast. I'm like, that's okay. One day we will meet.
Yeah, we're gonna do something. She's asking if do you ever host live events? Are you asking the girls or myself or both of us? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's super.
We haven't done live events like you have.
I think we need to
the walk and talks, but
you know what's so crazy, ladies? Because now even with me, starting the Zumba, which I've changed the name Dance to Heal, just because of where I'm at right now. Because I feel like, and I'm so excited about it. It's like I'm nervous, but I'm excited because I'm gonna do my regular dancing and stuff. But I want my intention behind this class is to like have people tap into that energy, to releasing, to like to healing, to like I want them to leave and be like, I needed that. You know what I mean? And I feel like, I don't know, I'm already foreseeing the future. Like we could collaborate and do so many great things, especially the more women there is, the more we can do, you know? And I think that's so important to be able to come together as women.
Yeah. And if you have the right mindset going into your Zumba or dancing, healing to dance, something like that, right? Because it's like we need to go into a mindset that like we're giving and we're not taking from people, right?
Exactly.
We're giving energy, we're giving like a good vibe. It's like, and your people will pick up. that energy too. And I'm guaranteeing that it's gonna go well, and we can't wait to hear more about.
And you ladies have to come to one of them. Maybe we'll organize something in San Diego too.
Maybe we need
to go to Salt Lake and do Zumba.
Yes.
We're a little uncoordinated.
We are. Girl, listen, you know what's crazy? Anyways, that's a whole another conversation. I don't want to make it about me. But I mean, everybody who's come to my class has always said that. But to me, again, my focus is not like you don't have to dance. It's about moving your body.
Moving and dancing.
Exactly.
Being in community, right?
I'll be in the back going this way while everybody's going that way.
Yeah, but at the end of the class, you're going to be in the front with me, okay?
We would love to do a retreat. Oh my gosh, so cool. Guys.
Yes,
that's one of my bucket list items.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That's okay with me too.
Right.
That is, we're gonna have to, I don't know, maybe when I'm in San Diego, talk about it, because I think that would be so cool.
Dancing. No, really, dancing, it's so easy, like shaking your body sometimes, or just letting your body move,
jumping,
whatever it needs to.
Yeah.
My personal IG has a lot of dancing going on, because there's days where I just want to post, and it's like.
And that's another thing, doing things. I know some people probably, when I tell you, people look at stuff, but they don't like it. I'm like, they're probably like, this lady's crazy. But I'm like, listen.
And we don't care.
When you get, I don't know if it has to do with the menopause, but you get to an age where you're like, I don't care.
I don't care already. Yeah. But that happened in my 40s because I cared for too long. Right.
Exactly. I'm like, I know people think I'm crazy. She's like, okay, she's a podcaster, open, then she'd be acting silly on TikTok, and then she'd be doing dancing, and then she's serious.
No, we were dancing in a store the other day, and then I'm like, who am I?
We saw a disco ball, and then we're dancing. It was at the nursery.
Oh my God. You recorded it, didn't you?
Yeah, we put a video up. No, we don't care anymore. Like, honestly, it's so liberating to live your life to the point that I don't care anymore. I'm going to do what brings that joy, right?
It's like dance like no one's watching.
Yeah, we literally were. Her son started recording us, and we're just like, "Hey, this is a good one for our podcast page."
I love that.
My mom dancing like that.
Oh, I love it. No, and it's so funny because I have my grandson here, and he knows. I told my daughter, I'm like, man, if one day I will leave this earth, but like if I ever leave it, like I want him to remember him dancing with me all the time, and I love it because he'd be like, "Nana, dance, Nana." He already knows, like and but to me, it's just like now again. To look at this headspace that I am in now, and I'm sure you ladies can relate to, than looking like 5-10 years ago. You know how when you go through stuff and you're like, you thought you would never like make it out of it, or
exactly.
Whoever you're watching right now, you might be going through something.
Yeah,
like we're here to tell you, like it's gonna be okay. Like it's just learning to love you, like to truly accept you, to have grace for you, because like listen, we're all human beings. We're gonna make mistakes. Maybe
one day at a time. One day at a time.
One day at a time. And it's such a beautiful thing, Let's just say once I turned 40, I went into my maybe it's a 40.
I don't care.
No, you're right. That's when I went into that I don't care too. Unhinged.
Unhinged, exactly.
I don't care anymore. You're right. Something happens. And so when I see like friends that are in their late 30s and already doing this, I'm like, you are ahead of the game.
Yes.
I said, because I mean, a lot of us in our 40s is 50s, 60s, but you are, I think we are making already a change. We're seeing our younger generation like showing up for themselves, right?
It's so
I just see it.
You start it now. When you're in your 60s, there's going to be like an old holding back.
I'm going to be in a bikini in my 60s dancing.
That's going to be me. I tell Elsie, just help me. I'm going to be in my wheelchair.
I'm going to be
in my bikini.
Spinning her in her wheelchair.
Dancing.
No, and you know what? It's true. It's so funny because I tell my girls this too. I remember my daughter, Daisy, I talked to them. I'm like, listen, continue. Like they're really big with the gym and stuff. I'm like, please continue, like learn to love it. That way, when you do get to my age, you guys are good, like it and working on themselves and stuff like that. And I think that's such a beautiful thing because it's just, again, we can always say, like, I wish they would have taught us this when we were little, but listen, how's the song go? Lo que pasó, pasó. We can't go back and rewind anything, right? Yeah. And the thing is, it's embracing the now. I always say this, it's not disregarding anything that we've gone through as women or as human beings, the trauma, whatever. I'm not saying just forget about it because it does affect you and sometimes for the rest of your life, but it's what you do with the now. You're here now. Gratitude is huge. I think sometimes we forget that because I always say, if you focus more on what you don't have, if you focus more on complaining versus, all right, maybe I'm going through a challenge, but I'm so grateful I'm healthy. Yeah. I'm so grateful I have a home, and that shifts things. So yes, women, if you guys have young, girls or boys, please teach them now, because I think that's something that we weren't taught growing up. Mm-hmm. And imagine if schools taught that would be amazing. But it's something that I think we should start with, like, hey, loving yourself, because honestly, life is beautiful. Life is what we make it. Is there crazy stuff going on? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's the choices we make, like the reactions that we have to life's challenges,
and the things you went through also make you a better person sometimes, right?
Exactly.
You a better perspective. You become, whatever you do more when you go through, heavy stuff like that.
And for me, like, I truly believe, and I think for everybody too, like, my journey had to play out this way. Like, when I think about the dark times that I talk about, that's actually when I met Jen. I don't even think she knew. I don't even think I knew I was going through dark times. But now that because it's been years, over 10 years, and I'm like, this is how my life had to play out. I had to go through all these challenges, and what I'm going through now, if I'm going through something, it's going to be okay, right? Because if you believe in a higher power, whatever it is, you're going to be fine, right? And everything has to play out the way it's supposed to get where you're. And there's so many other good things coming, right? But we embrace whatever our childhood was, like you said, and learn from it, learn from experiences.
Yes.
And we all come out so much more powerful, growing, evolving. I mean, we're seeing it now in this conversation, just everyone that's here.
And I'm really like, people say that, like, oh, you're so happy, or you're this. But I mean, that took years, right?
It's taken a lot of years. And some days I don't want to see anybody.
And it is like they say, Jen, because even for myself, they say the people who are so happy, and sometimes you have to check on them. There's this guy, I wish once I find out, I'll have to send it to you. But his content is so good. Like, he talks about like there's this one example, this guy who leaves his friends, like, all right, guys, I'll see you later. He's like the funny one. He's like, he says like a joke. And the minute he closes the door, he turns around and he's just like, because he's going through so much. And it's crazy because we don't know what people are going through, but
and I've heard, haven't you heard of that? Sometimes when you smile, the biggest smile, that's when you're hurting the most inside.
Yeah. You're right. So you don't know. People can be showing something completely different.
And that's why
I never knew that Elsie was.
No, that was my worst time. When I joined CrossFit, that's where I met Jen. And that was one of my hardest times. And it was just like, I was lost. And she didn't know, because I don't think I even knew. Like, I was showing up, trying to find friends because I didn't have any anymore.
It was community.
Right, it was community.
Crazy.
And you know what, too, Cinthia? It's like the people that support you. Like, I have a huge support system at home. My parents, my brothers, my sister-in-law, and so on. And Jen has a really good family too. And whoever does, like, tell those people how much you appreciate them.
It's true. And it's true, because sometimes you do hold in so much, or you, like you said, you don't understand it. I remember when I was with my ex, I was with him 2 years, and those 2 years were one of the hardest. I wouldn't want to say like emotionally, because for so many reasons, another story, right? Another day. But like, I remember my daughter, she's like, Mom, I think you're like depressed. And I was like, I'm not depressed. Like, what do you mean? But now looking back, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, really, because she would tell me, she's like, Mom, you're such a social person. Like, you're just always in this house. Like, you don't want to go out. Like, and like, sometimes I don't think at the moment we might not understand or not even know. Like, now that I could look back and reflect, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, and it goes to show you that when you're in the wrong environment, when you're in the wrong relationship, when you're in the wrong surroundings, like how that affects you, but it's a beautiful thing when you're able to come out. And to give you guys hope, ladies, if you're listening, or men, if there's men listening, like, it's so important to acknowledge you and understand that your feelings matter, your dreams matter, your like, it's just a different thing. And I say this because I think we get confused with, I guess the way they put it out on social media, like the self-love. Oh, man, I don't want. No, it's just about, I feel like it's about understanding you, like,
so much more.
And giving yourself grace.
And it takes time. Be patient. Show yourself grace.
Yeah,
exactly. It takes time, and I think that's super important. Man, what a great conversation! Oh my God,
we're gonna be talking for 3 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a part 2 because we're
part 2.
Yes, but before we wrap up this, gosh, you guys, if you guys are listening, let us know what you think. If you guys can come back when we do end the live and just comment, and I'm gonna do some podcast clips and post them on social media too. But I think it's so beautiful. But tell me a little bit about what your plans are for primetime chats, because I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Like, I know we were talking about this behind the scenes, like on like certain days or certain stuff like that. I think they should do a YouTube channel. I'm just throwing it out there.
So too.
Well, now we're thinking about it because you just sparked the little light bulb.
Yes, we can do YouTube.
It would be easier because Jen does our editing, and it does take time because we have regular jobs too. And then she has a project she's working on the side. I'm working on another project on my own. So it's like, yeah, but you're right. I think our voice needs to be heard more for sure. And that's something we're planning.
So what is your goal for the podcast, I guess you can say, and then also tell people where they can listen to the past episodes that you have before we I want to make sure I don't forget that.
We're on Spotify and we're on Apple as
Prime
well.
Time Chats.
Oh, actually, I think I did pull you
on Instagram too. That's the only social media.
Elsie and I, we really need, like I said, we really need to talk about putting more episodes out, because we're just like, oh, let's do an episode, and then we get busy, you know, and we do all the stuff.
That's us. But we know we're just our goal is just continue being real, right, and just showing up like ourselves, because I know that's what people will attract their people. And then just doing more in-person events when the weather gets nicer here in San Diego. Now that it is when we start doing more of in-person events.
But Cinthia, you inspired us too.
You did
with the live.
Thank you so much.
It's just like, okay, I think we need to do that. People probably get sick of us talking alive.
No. I think it's a beautiful thing, you guys. Make sure you guys go follow them on what is it? Spotify. Gosh, I'm not a huge Spotify. Yeah, are you on Apple too?
More popular. Yeah, Spotify, and then we do have an Instagram page, Primetime Chats.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to post that. Hold on. I've been so into the conversations that I totally forgot to post that. But my sister says, what do you say? Cinthia radiates joy regardless of the pain or season. I agree. Oh, thank you, Patty. I love you, sister.
That's why we like.
She knows my story to the core, to the deeper level. So I appreciate.
We're gonna need to do a part 2 about our stories.
For real, we are. We are. Look at
everybody that came on.
Yeah, thank
look
you
at Alma. She says, "I'll fly to San Diego for the in-person event." Let's go. We got to plan something. Yeah, and sister, by the way, my sister's in Escondido too. She said, "Look, I'm putting her business out there." Sorry, sis, but we could definitely do something. I think it'd be
our walk and talk then.
Yes. Hey, sis.
I'm friends with her on social media.
Sister, yes, because I know she would love a community of women who like this.
No, but we will. I think it's something we need to talk about, to do something in person and give people time. And
honestly, let's organize something. We could talk about this, I guess, off the live, right? But I think it'd be really cool if we organize like something like a bigger event, like every couple of months or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. We can talk about it later. But I'm so grateful you guys came on. I literally I feel refreshed, like just the conversation with you.
Right?
Guys.
Girl, we had a long day and we feel very refreshed. So I know I do.
But we were so excited to come on. And we were like laughing about that. I was like, Elsie, now we need to do branding photos.
Well, that's one of our goals this year too.
I know. One of my goals too is like to get more professional, but I'm learning again to give myself grace. I'm like, okay, Cinthia, little by little, what we could do. Oh, look at things are aligning. She says, I host events. I can help you. Let's go.
She does. And she does a good job. I've seen her stuff.
Is she in California too?
Yeah, she's in Northern California.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. See, listen.
She comes to San Diego for work. That's how I'm meeting her next month.
Oh, see, make sure. I don't know if we're following each other on social media, but let's.
You guys are.
Are we? Okay. I sometimes.
I'll know about her. I'll share her IG with you.
Okay, we're gonna have to listen.
Look,
ladies, we're gonna have to make
put out there what you need help with.
We're gonna have to listen. We're gonna have to make this happen. Hey, and I'm gonna bring in the whole. We're gonna have like a whole Zumba class there. We're gonna do like all this crazy stuff. I'm telling you already. I could foresee it.
I'm gonna start practicing my dance moves. Yeah, she's in Central.
Girl, please, you already know how to dance. No, but anyways, you guys, man, this has been so much fun. Everybody who tuned in. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, if you could do me a huge favor when we end the live, come back and just comment your favorite part of the podcast. Follow them on social media, Primetime Chats, and also their personal. If you guys want to put them, I didn't put that on there, but their personal pages as well.
Sure. On TikTok, she's super famous. She's famous. I have 850 followers, girl.
No, but seriously, she said, let's collab. Let's do it. Yes. Oh my God. That's exciting. I think we should do it. I'm down.
It would be a lot of fun too.
This is what we have to do. I'm telling you.
Powerhouse here.
Yes. Yes. How cool. How exciting. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. I'm very mindful of people's time. I appreciate all the ladies or whoever joined us tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here with us live and for interacting. I love when people come on here and just ask questions.
Right. It makes it so much fun.
Yeah.
This is why I like doing. You see why I like to do it live, because it's
right.
You know what I mean?
I see it, girl. We're proud of you. Thank you for inviting us on here. We really enjoyed it.
We see you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I see you ladies, so I appreciate you guys. Anything else you guys want to say before we close out today's episode?
Be you, my friends, everybody, men, women, everybody.
Thank you. Muchos besitos.
Yes. Yes. Like everybody enjoyed it. My sister said, I would love that. Yeah. Make sure you message Elsie and you guys connect. Enjoy time with you guys. Thank you guys as well. Yes. Thank you all you guys. Thank you again. And Jen and Elsie, thank you ladies. We're definitely going to collab and connect because I'm telling you, it makes my heart happy. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, Cynthia. Us too.
Take
Yes,
care.
you guys have a good night, you guys. We'll see you guys next
too.
week. And I will be posting some podcast clips here soon, like I always do. But I appreciate every single one of you guys who tuned in. And of course, you, Jen and Elsie, keep doing what you're doing. I see you ladies. You guys are doing amazing. Your energy is beautiful. And I'm so excited for us to meet someday and just to do some more things and spread some more positivity and love out there. That's what this world needs now, you know. So
Absolutely.
ladies, yes.
Thank you, Cynthia.
All right.
You're
take
welcome.
care.
And everybody stay
Bye.
strong, you guys. Remember to love yourselves and just smile and give yourself grace. I'll see you guys on the next one. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.